Hello and welcome back to another video. If you are not familiar with parallel routes in Next.js, then actually this video is for you. So don't skip this video. Just keep watching. So let's jump into it. So this video actually will be interesting. So what is actually parallel routing? So to understand this, just think for a while that a TV picture in picture mode. I think it means like in normal route, it actually one channel at a time. I mean, you need to wait for all data and the page show, but in parallel routes you can see like multiple channels. You can watch multiple channels at once, and each channel, I mean each section, it actually loads independently. So this is actually the concept of parallel routes. And parallel routes actually, like that I said, that multiple mini pages inside one page. It's kind of interesting, and it's generally not used in the project, but it's interesting to know. So how actually it works? So actually the magic at the red folder. So that at the red symbol, actually this is a slot, and is at the red folder loads independently. It means, if you can see, this is our dashboard layout, and this is slot one. You can say you can think like this is channel one, and it should there should be a page.tsx file inside that slot. And also there is another called notifications, which is also another route, and you also need to define a page.tsx on that. And the layout, it's actually the frame, and you can consider it as a tv body, and the page.tsx, which is actually the main content. Well, you can see things like a picture frame with multiple slots, and how you can, like, how would be the layout of that layout? I mean, the frame. It would be like this: the on the layout, the main content, and also analytics slot, notification slot. You can just pass it as like as a props. So each slot can have its own loading.tsx file. So here you can see each slot we just only define page.tsx, but you can also define loading.tsx as well. So that loading.tsx actually only responsible for only that slot. You can consider it as a suspense. I mean, how suspense works? Suspense actually works on the block, a particular block of a page, and it's kind of similar things, you can say. In if we consider a real example here, you can consider a Gmail pattern where you can see, in email list, you can see like email one, email two, email three, and so list is slow or no, because it's the content still works, and one crashes, other actually survives, and update one without touching other. So it's pretty amazing, and it also perfect for dashboard models and admin panels. Modal routes pattern is actually like this. There is an intercepted model, and you can define a default.tsx which can return null if nothing found. And soft navigation, model open, and hard navigation actually full page loads. So this is also can be possible using parallel routing. So don't overthink it. It cause sometimes this parallel routing might give you more overhead on the project. But when you actually skip parallel routes, like let's say if you have a simple page, it can be blog post, about page settings. You don't need to consider parallel routes. Also, if you have only one database query, and everything actually loads together anyway, so you don't need to parallel routes in this kind of simple things. And also, as I already earlier mentioned, that you can also achieve the same thing using suspense. I mean, you can just load block by block in one page using suspense boundary. So just need loading state, so you can just use suspense for that purpose. So you don't need to know folders needed. Like if you have considered this example, like if you have widget one, you can consider this is channel one, channel two in a tv, and it just load independently. So you don't need to use any parallel routes here. well um, So when you let's look at this decision flowchart, which will actually help you to take the decision. So if you have independent error boundaries, if yes, like if you would like to use an independent error boundaries, because in suspense actually it's not possible to use an independent error boundaries. But if you want those kind of behavior, then you should go for parallel routes. Or if you need a modal routes, then you should go for parallel routes. If no, in auth conditional layouts, if yes, okay, you need to go parallel routes. And if no, then just use suspense. So default, you should stick with suspense, but upgrade to parallel routes when you hit the limitations. And here is a quick reference for you. Like let's consider some like several scenarios. Dashboard widgets. For dashboard widgets, it's actually recommend parallel routes, but because it's independent loading error, so one crash, then don't touch others. So others will be survived. And photo gallery model, like if you have a like if you would like to preserve the models URL, then you need to use parallel routes. And if you have admin versus user views, then definitely and you need to use parallel routes, because there might be need a conditional layout. Like for admin, the layout is different with the user. But when you should skip it, actually when it's a blog post page or product listing, so those kind of screen or pages, you can just skip it. So when it's actually worth it, if you would like to handle an independent errors, models, conditional content and dashboards, then actually it's worth it. But it's actually overkill you if it's a simple page and single data source, and suspense actually sufficient. Well, so here is a summary. When it's short, like as I mentioned, independent routes, model routes, conditional layouts, and if it is simple pages, suspense sufficient, then you can just skip it. So you need to one last comment for you. You just start with suspense, strict with that. But if it actually hits the limitation of your uses, then please upgrade it to parallel routes. Well, so that's all for today, and. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments, and like and subscribe this channel for more this kind of amazing tutorial video.